You probably saw it happen on your screen. The Dow Industrials soared nearly 550 points yesterday as results from the midterm elections came in pretty much as the street expected. Could this be the start of a 20% gain for the S&P 500 1 year from now? A major bank is saying that. Alan Rechtschaffen is Senior Portfolio Manager at UBS. He's with us this morning. Alan, it's good to have you here, sir.
Good morning, Charlotte.
This is a call from Goldman Sachs, and they say if history points to what they believe will happen, they're looking for a 20% gain over the next year from the S&P based on the structure that we have now, which is a Democratic-controlled House and a Republican-controlled Senate. What do you make of that as we see these numbers from yesterday, which were pretty big for the markets?
Well, the market is clearly optimistic, and that reflects a real sentiment among the business owners in the economy and people participating in the economy. Business owners are extremely positive. We did a study at UBS of business owners and what their sentiment was and how they were going to spend and what they thought about the president's policies. And with all these things, we see a market that can go higher because people have such a sense of optimism.
Yeah, well, the optimism is there. Business owners obviously like the fact that we've got less regulation. They like the fact that, you know, the corporate tax rate has been lowered. I mean, is this really proof to you that the Trump economy is working?
Well, the Trump economy certainly seems to be working if you look at the numbers. If you just use a metric like the unemployment numbers, when we have 3.7% unemployment, and we have people who are hungry to get people to work for them, and we have a stock market that's done this well since the president was elected, you have to give some credit to this administration of having brought about a new policy change and a real animal spirit shift in the economy.
Yeah, and also let's talk about some of the sectors. You know what we saw a lot of the marijuana stocks actually start to spike yesterday because you had some of these referendums that passed in a couple of states as far as the expansion of use of recreational marijuana or for medicinal purposes, depending on the state. And then you also had healthcare names. A lot of these healthcare names got a boost because that seems to be the thinking is that you're not going to have any more interference with these drug companies or any restrictions placed, frankly, on drug company stocks. What do you make of that?
Well, I think that there has certainly been a pullback in regulation. That's one of my areas of expertise is regulation. You've seen in the financial sector a real pullback in regulation. You've seen it across a number of industries, and that has certainly helped the markets. In terms of marijuana stocks, this is an area that a lot of people are focusing on and looking at. But look, the fundamentals are extremely powerful, extremely strong in this country. There are potential headwinds. There's things like the Federal Reserve. But right now, the economy looks strong and value looks like the place to be in America.
We can show our viewers some of those pot stocks. And as we do that, I do want to ask you before I let you go about this upcoming meeting at the G20 between President Trump and the president of China, Xi Jinping. That seems to be a potential negative catalyst if nothing gets done between the two, Alan.
Yeah, referring back to the UBS report on business owners feel that America has not been treated right in terms of the world economy. The tariffs are the expression of that. And so what we're seeing is a positive look even at things like tariffs. So I'm hopeful for the G20 meeting.
Yeah, I like the optimism. Alan, it was great to have you on the show. Please come back.
Thank you for having me.